In this video, I'm going to be explaining to you what is functions. Okay, so functions is the process of creating a program into a modular programming. Okay, so that we can break up a program into a smaller manageable functions or modules. So when we talk about function contains the collection of statements to perform a certain task. And why we need modular programming is because we want to improve the maintainability of programs, so that you can, you imagine if you have many functions and you have problems with specific functions, you can just simply work on that particular functions to whether to upgrade it, okay, or to modify something in that particular functions without uh, compromising the actual program, the actual bigger program that you have. With functions or modular programming, it can also simplify the process of writing the program. And let's head to the example of the program. Let's say you create a program that will print a number from 1 to 10, and you create the loop for it for inti from 1 I less than equals to 10, okay, I plus plus. And in this program you say, or you want to do something like sum the number from 1 to 10. So going to have a total integer total equal to 0, and total equals to total plus I. And then once you finish with this, you see out total is total. Okay, and then you might want to, for example, in your program, you might want to repeat this process over and over again for multiple times. For example, you might want to do this many times in different part of your program. Okay, so let's say in this example, in this particular line, you want to create a summation of 5 until 17. Okay, and in this particular line you want to create or here you need to also change 5 until 17, and here is, let's say, 80 until 90. Also need to change here 80 until 90. Okay, and when you run the program, what you will see is that, of course, need to, okay, there is an error because I repeat the process of declaring total too many times. Okay, now when I run a program, you will see that I get the output for the sum of 1 until 10, I get this. The sum of 5 until 17, I get this result. The sum of 80 until 90, you get this number. Okay, so and if you have a look at the main program, it kind of like we have a very large program, and it is not easy to debug, or in case you have any problem with the code. Okay, and let's say you want to modify this thing. Instead of doing the summation, you want to do something else. You want to instead of doing summation, you add or you just want to sum uh, the odd numbers in between these numbers. Okay, in between these numbers you just want to add the odd numbers. Okay, so in this case you have to modify this thing not only in this particular line, you have to also modify in other lines as well. but you might end up being able to change some of them correctly, and some of them you might have typo in writing the code. Okay, so the integrity of the program might be lost. So that's why we need to have function in order to solve this kind of problem. So imagine if you have a function, let's simplify this into a function. So for example, void some number, okay, integer from integer 2, okay, and you copy this code, copy this and put it here. Okay, this is going to be from, going to be 2. Okay, and for now let's forget about this one first. I will explain in the next in other video. Okay, in this, now with these many lines of code, with the introduction of a function, you can simplify it into just 3 lines of code. For example, you have just created a function here, and you can just simply call the the function. You can just simply call the function 1 until 10. Okay, and here I forgot something. Cout sum of numbers from from 2 2. Okay, so here you can just simply call the functions many times as you wish and change the parameter here 80 to 90, and when you run the program, you can see you get the same output. Okay, but your main program has been simplified, and as you can see, if you need to modify the function, you just need to modify at one place here, and this one should not be a problem because this line will call this function, the function that you have created or modified. Okay, so that makes it easy for you to it simplifies the process of writing the program, and it also easy to maintain your program. That's the benefit of having a function.